no director. There's Miliana. Look, perhaps she'll know where we could find him. Yes, let's go and ask her. We could find out how her profiling is going at the same time. Are we gonna ask him? What are you doing? This is your time to shine now, Katrielle. Let's see what you're made of. Okay. How you doing, girl? How are you? Oh, still here, pretending to do real detective work. If, I were that good at pretending, I could pretend to like you. So, how are you getting on? Don't be so catty. No doubt you've hit a brick wall. So I've come to see if you could glean anything from me. Not at all. I was just curious to know how your profiling was going. Very well, I'll tell you. Perhaps hearing some genuine deduction will make you realize how unsophisticated your own efforts are. A taste of cutting-edge profiling work could do wonders for your future investigations. Well, we can dream, can't we? You know, this lady always makes me want to scratch. Be quiet, Hound. Don't interrupt me with your meaningless yapping. Yeah, bow wow. As in bow wow, you're annoying. Having spoken to everyone involved, I built up a detailed profile of the case. The only person who was unhappy about the final kiss scene was the editor, Edith Torin. In other words, he is the only one with the motive. He had complained to the director that the stolen scene was inappropriate for the film, although Torin has an alibi. On the other hand, Seymour Frames, alone in the projection box, had the opportunity to commit the crime, but there is no clear motive. Frames is crazy about his machines, but has little or no interest in the films he shows using them. Therefore, he had no reason to commit the crime. The logistical conclusion of all this is that the real culprit is someone else. Someone we have yet to investigate. But who could that be? The only other person with access to the film areas who have not been investigated thoroughly until now is Director Maverick Director. Director? But why? Director is a renowned perfectionist. His attention to detail is well known, and meticulously is about such minutiae as the shape of the clouds in the sky or the sound of waves. And it would appear that the final kiss scene in this latest film of his has been troubling him for some time. The perfectionist in him just couldn't decide if the scene was up to scratch, if it was worth inclusion in his magnum opus. He agonized over this right away, right up until the premiere screening today, when, finally, he made up his mind. The scene had to go. With no time to lose, he cut the scene from the reel and either hid it or disposed of it, all for the sake of the perfect film. This is the outcome of my analysis of all the available evidence. Very interesting. It's certainly a plausible theory, Ameliana. Though I wasn't expecting you to accept it so graciously. But something about it just doesn't sit right with me. What, do you have a problem with my profiling? Not exactly a problem, no. Just something I can't quite put my finger on. Mainly the racism bit of profilings. Miss Layton's deductions go beyond logic and reason, you see. Emiliana, they have a magic all of their own. Magic has no place in case solving. Ernest, Katrielle is working on a hunch, nothing more. And hunches are unreliable. Well, anyway, I think we should have another chat with Mr. Rector. He was too upset before to give us any useful information. Well, that is certainly true, but the more information we gather, the better. On top of the devil, that's him over there, isn't it? Oh, yes! But he's with Mr. Torin, it seems. Looks like something is going on between the two of them. Eddie, there you are. Have you got a minute? Have you seen my chin? Actually, there's something I need to talk to you about too. But not here. Can't we go somewhere a little more private? How about in the auditorium? Probably empty now. We should have the place to ourselves. Suits me fine. You see that, Miss Layton? They disappeared in the auditorium together. Yes, this is an interesting development. We must sneak in there as well. Oh dear. You keep playing your private eye games, Katrielle. Some of us still have real work to do. Oh. Tiny. Just puts in a little place. All your own. Perfectionist reactor wasn't satisfied with the final kiss scene. Amelia has conjectured that he cut it out of the reel himself, but is she right? No, I don't think so. Dr. Regan? According to my analysis, the perpetrator in this case is the perfectionist director himself, Maverick de Reactor. Is that so? Whoop. That's strange, we saw them come in here. Where they disappeared to? Over there, Kit! Okay. But we haven't been here. This is new. I say the seats in the auditorium are so well cushioned, aren't they? You could certainly enjoy films in comfort on these plush seats. Look at how soft they are. If they get your paw in the right place, these seats recline. What a treat. Well, I mean, like, you weren't here to begin with, so... Hey, a hit coin. You love them hit coins, baby. One day I would love to come here and watch a film from those seats up there. Oh, it's only certain select guests who've been given balcony seats for the night's performance. I wish we were among them. I could do with the extra height to get a better view. What if you fail? Then you die. Isn't that how it works? That's the way back out of the foyer, isn't it? Someone's been hard at work polishing that. But my nose would leave a mark if I got too close for a sniff. They're absolutely stunning, these doors. The people coming in the auditorium don't disturb everyone else. I guess doors do make a lot of noise. Yay! And anything with the lights? No, no. Have to look around, because if we don't, it's a problem. We might not get all the hit coins, and I need them. In case I need them. The big screen and the powerful sound system really bring films alive, don't they? They really don't. It's a very large screen. Any scene shown on that can't fail to impress. That it's a big screen, but I can't see. All I see is a big seat back. Oh, right there, let's go. A hip hunting hat. That's me with the hip hunters. The hippity hap. Can't stab with the whap. I think we're all good. Most of the other stuff that we may or may not find would be more meticulous than it would be, like, actual, like, finey fine. Okay, what are you two doing? Alright then, Eddie. Why don't you just admit it? You're the one who cut the scene, aren't you? Yeah, I never liked it. You had a problem with it in the first day of the shooting. Egan, you knew that. But you refused to cut it yourself, you stupid old fool. Who's the director here, huh? Me, I am. If I say a scene stays in, it stays in. Or did I misunderstand the meaning of director somewhere? If you got a problem with the way I make decisions, then this partnership of ours is over, as of now. Over, you say? Oh, Maverick, you done it now. Please, let's all calm down and try to talk about this rationally. Where do you spring from, Miss Layton? Never mind that now. Just take some deep breaths and calm yourself down. Breathe in, and out. And out some more. A little bit more. And that's it. And keep. Are you trying to kill me? Of course not. I'm a detective. I much prefer investigating murders to committing them. Anyway, it's clear that you two have some unresolved issues. I heard that, did you? We were just letting off some steam about the field, that's all. Seems a little more than that. I need your partnership together. This know-it-all thinks he's God's gift to romance films these days, but his love scene have always been a total disaster. It's only my editing that saves them all these years. It's thanks to me he's produced so many hits. But that does not mean anything to him now. Jot. Well, he might not have chose to have forgotten, but mark my words, I haven't. I mean, what about this love scene? The perplexed partner. A romantic Romeo has come to take his sweetheart to a delightful dinner. To add a little excitement, instead of telling him her room number directly, his playful partner took photographs of every junction along the route to the room and sent them to him. The photos aren't in any particular order, but the studying them carefully, you should be able to work out which of the rooms A to E is the correct one. Oh, okay. They're not in any particular order. So we start from here. If we do this one first, and then let's say we turn. How many would fit into that? None of them. So this can't be the first one. This cannot be first. No. No! Come back! Come back! What? I don't want to erase everything. There you go. This cannot be first. I can't see the map. Why did you leave the map like this? Which screens? Oh, okay, cool. That will help. That can't be first. This cannot be one. So if we look through here... Oh yeah, of course that can't be one. So this clearly has to be the first one, because you enter from here. So this very clearly has to be one. Alright, so... Really should have just done that to begin with. This is one for sure. So now that we have that one there... this cannot be two. This one hits a little thing. But, let's say we go up again. Oh yeah, there's a fire extinguisher right here, so this makes sense. So there needs to be another, thing here. So... likely we hit here. So this is 2. Mark that as 2. Can you just, like, have a memo button? That's 2. And then this has to be 3. And then we're at this 4. So it's largely on this one right here. It's either A or B. It has to be A or B because it's basically going from here to here to here. And then, yeah, it would be B. Because A doesn't have it to where, like, you could do that.
This should do it, I think.
No!
What's the matter with me today?
It wasn't B? How was it not B? I get mixed up on my situation? Because there's a corner right here, right? If you look at it very clearly, this sets the pattern. Where you go that way. I guess you could go with the corner first and foremost, and then hit this. So it's its own little thing here. So it wouldn't be that. And then you hit here. So it could be E. If you switch the ordering around.
This is an interesting one.
No!
That's not like me.
If it's not E, It's not E and it's not B. That's weird to me, that it's neither of those. So, likely it's D then, because, like, it's the only other one I could think of. I guess he would just go further into this way and then do that. Because both B and E work with the cornering, but D does too. A can't work with the cornering with the way that this is specifically done. We're pretty much doing it to where, like, the cornering is a problem. And that was the thing I thought would be the case, but I guess not.
Mystery or any puzzle solved.
You did it! Lucky you found the room on time. Otherwise, the couple's dinner date would have been ruined. Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's the fact that it was 4 and not 5 that got me hecked up. Well, I didn't think you solved that one. That had me stuck for decades. There's no puzzle that can't be solved with some calm and considered thinking. Mr. Torin, if you calm down a bit now, perhaps... Calm down! Are you being funny? I don't care about that spat with Maverick before. I can't be pinned for the Steph on the final scene. I mean, it's a matter of pride. What sort of editor would do something like that? I say, miss, I don't think this fight is going to sort itself out anytime soon. Oh well, never mind. Another fun to watch, shall we? Great idea, Kat. Let's just forget about the case and watch the two prime suspects argue instead. Don't be snide, Cheryl. If we listen in, we might let something slip that gives us a lead. Sneaky cat. You're one sneaky cat, Kat. Pride! Pride! That's more important to you than honoring the decisions made by the director, cutting scenes you would never ask to cut. Last time, I did not steal to cut the kiss scene. You know that I would never cut a film unless you gave me the go-ahead. But it's no secret you don't like that scene. You always had a problem with it. Come on, admit it. Yeah, and I have a problem accepting that the great Maverick director could be happy to end one of his greatest films with a scene like that. Why don't you admit it? You never really got on with that scene either, did you? Yes, I did. I was perfectly happy with it. So you're willing to compromise on quality these days, are you? You make me sick, Maverick. But you know what makes me more sick? The fact that someone other than me cut one of your films. Alright then, Eddie. If it wasn't you, then who was it? Tell me that. He asked me it was you. Listen to your conscientious before not corrupted by fame. How dare you? Back in the old days, you wouldn't have stopped shooting until you got a scene you were 100% happy with. Now, those days are gone. It's the days where my films made no money. Look, if I changed my directing style, you and the rest of the crew. We're grateful for that. We really all appreciate actually getting paid. Don't get me wrong. Does that mean you have to make such huge compromises with the production? Does it mean you can't be true to yourself anymore? Look, I know you said you love your scenes were rubbish, but the truth is, you have shot some good stuff in the past, haven't you? Maybe, but that was a long time ago now. Anyway, Eddie, being too idealistic doesn't pay the bills, does it? That's the bottom line. Fine. That's your take on it. There's nothing more to say. Goodbye, Maverick. Yikes, that didn't end well, did it? Mr. Torrance walked out. This could be our chance to get some important information out of Mr. Rector. Come on, Ernest. And you, Cheryl. Mr. Rector, I'd like to ask you a few more questions if you don't mind. Oh, I'm really not in the mood at the moment. But alright, if you'll help get this whole thing cleared up quicker. That was a rather heated argument you and Mr. Torrance just had. Was such a disagreement between the two of you a regular occurrence? Eddie and I have been a team for a very long time. This is long before I made it. So we've had more than a few fights over the years, yes? Back in the early days, we used to have blazing rows between production issues. Still, it's never gone this far before. We've never talked about going our separate ways.
Yes, well, one ill word asks another, as they say. If you say things you didn't mean, I'm sure an apology would go a long way to fixing things.
Oh, with Eddie, I'm not so sure.
Hear that you used to make films that were a lot less mainstream, with more fringe appeal. Is that right?
Oh, that's going back a bit now. Anyway, it wasn't like I was trying to shoot fringe films. That's just how it worked out. That's how people took my material. It wasn't for everyone. But Eddie really liked my old work, and now that I'm making films more people actually want to watch, I'm happy about it. You know, he was always pressing me not to include the last scene in No Sub for Love, right from the start.
Yes, he told me. He said he didn't believe it was true to your style.
Not true to my style, huh? That makes it sound so simple. Truth is, I don't even know what my style is anymore. It's just typical of Eddie, though. He never had any hesitation in telling me what was wrong with my films. Sometimes it makes him so mad, but I have to admit, he's usually right. Oh, who am I kidding? He's right this time, too.
You mean about the stolen scene?
I just wanted it to be real. He wanted to shoot a kiss that looked like it was genuinely from the heart, not just two actors playing parts. Somehow I couldn't get it right. In the old days, I wouldn't have given up. I just kept shooting and shooting until I got the results I wanted.
Why didn't you do that this time then?
You're young. I wouldn't expect you to understand. Fact is, as you get older, you lose that drive you had in your youth.
No, you're quite right. That's not something I can relate to. It sounds rather sad, to be honest. So you're telling us that Mr. Torrid couldn't accept the scene you shot? That he cut it from the film without your permission?
Yes, that's his job, after all. Cutting film, and he's very good at it. Can't really say I blame him. This is all my fault. This might seem like a strange request after everything that's happened, Miss Layton, but could you try to keep this quiet? Eddie did it for my benefit at the end of the day.
I'm afraid that won't be possible.
What? But if this comes out, Eddie's career is over. Is it really worth destroying the man who just, for some sense of obligation to uphold justice?
That's not the reason at all. It's because Mr. Torrid didn't do it. You see, the fact is, you are his alibi, Mr. Rector.
Exactly. You and Mr. Torrid were together at all times until the start of the screening, weren't you?
And then when you checked over the film reel together, you found no problems. So Mr. Torrid was never out of your sight after that time. And however much he disagreed with the inclusion of that scene, he had no opportunity to cut it.
I suppose that's true. So someone else stole it then. Well, that's wonderful.
Miss Layton? Oh, sorry. Good. Looks like I have all the evidence I need now.
Yep.
Doodle-doodle-doodle-doo, machinery.
Filmed just before the screening.
Yay!
Filmed just before screening. Rector and Torrid checked the film reels just prior to the screening. They both found no issues with it, and the last scene was present. Solve!
Of course! Yes, it all makes sense now!
Yeah, and I'm deaf now. That was right down to my ear, cat!
Miss Layton, have you solved it? Yes, Ernest. I believe I have. Just as every film has a final scene, every case has a truth to glean. And now, I've uncovered both. Oh, well done, Miss Layton. Brava! And what a spiffing verse that was. Ernest, summon the suspects.
Gladly, miss. Gladly.
Thank you all for coming, everyone.
have finally asserted the truth about the stolen kiss scene.
Really, you have? Who did it? Come on, spill the beans. I want to know who did this to me, and why. Why don't I have a chin? And now that's what I want to know. Well, when was it cut out of the reel? Tell me, Miss Detective. Put us all out of our misery, and please.
Memento, Katrielle. Why have you asked so many people here? It's really obvious that most of them couldn't possibly have been involved. Oh, it's much more fun this way. The more people, the more tension.
I agree with Miss Layton. She's a born performer, that woman.
Oh, this is so exciting. I can't miss a show like this. I mean, as mayor, I have vested interest in the truth.
As the head of the Seven Dragons, I feel obligated to see this case through to its conclusion.
Don't need me! Don't need me! Minor role! Minor role!
I really don't care what happened to that scene. Can't I just go? Come along, Miss Layton. We're all dying to hear the truth about this case, and who the culprit is.
Let's not rush. This is a detective's moment of glory, after all.
True. If this were a film, I'd be having a good suspended track running in the background and really drawn out to build up tension.
Really? You don't say. Exactly. Now let's get to the case. This is an extremely strange affair from the outset. A final scene stolen from the film on the very day of its debut screening. So what could be the truth behind it? No doubt you all have your own theories and ideas. But I'm not exaggerating when I tell you that the real truth would make even the most outlandish theory of yours seem tame. Because you see, the truth is always stranger than fiction.
Okay, Kat. Is this just a shaggy dog story? Or do you actually know who did it?
Alright, alright. You can't let me milk it, could you?
If I had to identify one culprit in this case, it would be you over there!
Didn't do it.
Of course.
Major minor. When the reels were being switched during the screening, you did a major minor poo on the film.
A poo? And his poo hit the all-important kiss scene. Is that it?
But surely a little bit of bird poo could easily be wiped off the film.
Would everyone please stop saying poo?
Indeed it could, Mayor Loanida. Which is where the second guilty party in this escapade comes in. You, Mr. Seymour Frames. All the equipment here has just recently been upgraded. Mr. Frames cares for his projection machinery so deeply, he couldn't bear the thought of running a soiled film through it, even if the excrement had been wiped off. So he cut the infected scene out of the reel altogether.
So it's his doing then?
Yes, but with the Major resolutely denying everything, it's going to be hard to make it stick.
Oh, poo.
Ah. I just love poo. It's a funny word. Need to be kissed like that for real.
Great film.
I loved it. Where did that kiss scene come from?
Apparently, Mr. Rector. He cut in an old scene of his own to replace the missing one. It's a clip of himself kissing his lover, shot a long time ago when he was still just starting out as a cameraman.
Foxy.
Secretly, it was supposed to be a film about his own love affair, So the clothes and everything match the style of the other scenes perfectly.
That's how he integrated it so seamlessly.
You've got to hand it to the old dog. It's a very moving scene.
Yes, because it's full of genuine emotion.
They weren't acting. It was true love.
If only someone would give me a kiss like that. Just imagine.
Legit.
What?
Oi, Pinstripes, what are you imagining?
Nothing. I was
Just what? Spit it out.
No,
What, you dirty mongrel?
I still think she's gay. Naval Vat's new Stuff for Love was a hit at the box office with his passionate film A Kiss Scene. And now Maverick director is currently working on a new, albeit not too mainstream blockbuster.
How is it? You always stumble on the answer in these cases.
Stumble on? It sounds like you think it's just luck, Charles.
Well, isn't it?
Not at all. The truth is, Miss Layton makes logical but instinctive inferences.